I am leaving my iPhone 14 Pro Max that I've been using as a daily driver for 2 weeks, and I'm replacing it with the new Google Pixel 7 Pro. And let me tell you why. Everybody thinks Apple makes the best phone. It's half of Apple's revenue, of their entire company. Everybody wants an iPhone. Well, not true. In the entire world, most people actually don't want an iPhone. In America, iPhone dominates. The rest of the world, it doesn't. And it's been an odd situation for a number of years. And when you look at Android phones, it feels like there's always been a concession. Well, this has got a great super zoom, but that's not so good. This has got a great X, but this lets it down. Google, thank you. Thank you for what you have done. It has taken you 7 generations to perfect, but you have gone out and you have taken what is almost the best hardware and you have married it to what is undeniably the best software by a country mile and created a phone that is so incredibly useful. I cannot use my iPhone 14 anymore. I used to enjoy my Pixel 6 Pro and I use it as my daily driver probably as long or longer than any other phone in the last year. But it had a few niggles and it didn't really feel as premium as it could. It just felt a little cheap. It also slides off everything when I put it down, but that's a whole different story. And then the iPhone 14 came out and I got dazzled and razzled by the pretty lock screen and the new widgets. And I got dazzled and razzled by the new iOS 16 features that came out because there's so many of them that do so many awesome things. And then I used it for 2 weeks and I realized it's just like my other phone. I don't really do much else. It does the same things the same way. And sure, the widgets are nice, but they're not that helpful because there's only so many widgets I can see. And I can't use an Apple Watch. Watch my review on why I returned my Apple Watch Ultra to find out why. So then I've lost the benefit of that, and the fitness tracking's not quite as easy on an iPhone because they want you to have an Apple Watch. So it doesn't show it to me in the same way. I can't have a steps widget just easily displaying the steps as I'm getting through the day and those kind of things. And so I look at it and I think, hang on a second. This sucker was like $1,200 and something plus tax. And really, 2 weeks in, I've got a little bit of buyer's remorse. I don't really feel like it was that much of an improvement over last year, even though in my head I know that it is. And I've got a video all about that you can go check out as well. It is a superior camera system. It does have upgrades. It is a faster processor. But it doesn't really make any difference in Uncle Mikey's life. And then Google comes out and brings out hardware that in the Android world is almost the best. It's almost on a par with the fastest processor. It's got almost as much memory as the ridiculous phones that come with 16 gig. This comes with 12. It's got a 120 hertz screen that's magnificent, 1500 nits of peak brightness. It's got the new second generation Google Tensor chip with AI smarts. And then they layer in the artificial intelligence, the call screening. I cannot rave about this enough. When a call comes in and it automatically screens it for me, you say, oh, but iPhone can do it. No, not like this it doesn't. It shows me the transcript on the screen and I can see who's calling and I can choose to answer. When I call the company and it says, do you want to go on hold? And I say, yes, hold for me. And then it calls me when I'm ready to talk to a human. Or it shows me all the menu options right at the start so I don't have to listen to number 7, which is the one I want to press. It has an eSIM. And I transferred my eSIM from iPhone to Pixel today. First time I've ever done it. I recorded a video on that just to help you all out. Go check it out and see what you think of that. But it also has a SIM slot. So when I travel overseas, I can pop in a local SIM card and I can make those calls and save some money at the same time. It doesn't take things away. It feels like it's giving more to me. I can take pictures that are easier. Look at these comparisons that I'm showing you and you tell me which one looks the best. Honestly, hand on heart, this is a blind test, okay? And then we're gonna show you which one is which in just a second. The night mode on Pixel is astounding. The telephoto lens is better and sharper than the iPhone 14. I can unblur photos that not only did I take with the Pixel, and honestly, I don't know how you're going to take them because it's really hard to get a blurred photo with this bad boy, but it will unblur other photos that I've taken that weren't even done on this phone. It will use its AI and magically erase things as I rub my fingers over them that the iPhone just can't match out of the box, and I don't want to pay for another app if I don't need to. The voice recorder is incredible. Let me demonstrate the differences. So let's pretend that we are now recording a text message that I want to send to someone else. So I'm going to talk at my normal speed. I'm not really going to make any effort to pause, not pause, or anything like that. I'm looking at the phones or I'm looking at you, but my voice is projecting forwards. And so you can see this happening on the screen in real time as I'm talking. Now, I'm going to turn my head away and see what it picks up. And now I'm going to whisper and see if it can still pick it up. So that's interesting. And now I'm going to whisper and see if it still picks it up. So it looks like I pressed the Google button and stopped recording by accident. I'm sorry, but here we go. And it continues to pick up what I'm saying. Hopefully you can see here that the Google phone is superior compared to the iPhone. It's just nailing things that the iPhone seems to be missing. The dynamic island is awesome, and I really do like it. That's one thing I will miss compared to using the Pixel. But it's not enough to make me keep using the phone. It's eye candy. It's not a meaningful feature that's changing the fundamental way I can use the phone and what it can do for me. The voice dictation on the voice recorder with the Pixel is incredible. It will transcribe and split multiple people. So if I'm having a meeting with somebody, I can just put the phone on the table and let it transcribe the whole conversation. And now I've got a backup in case I forget the things I talked about, or I need to process that information and then communicate it to someone else. There is so much to love about the Pixel. And yes, the iPhone is a great phone as well. But remember, the Pixel is $200 less, which is about a 20+% saving. If you happen to get it on a deal, like I did, you're going to find an even bigger saving compared to the iPhone. And so I found myself in this strange situation where I actually think we have arrived at a point in time where Android is the superior platform when paired with Google's AI smarts. On my iPhone, I get crazy things in the car. Like 1 minute it's connected to the Bluetooth and then the next minute it just won't connect. And I have to restart my phone to make it work. I get strange shapes on my screen when it's locked and things just not working right. It is the buggiest iPhone release I can remember in the last few years. It's almost like Apple's creeping forwards and maybe taking 2 steps, but Google's jumping forwards and taking 7. When I use Gmail on an iPhone and I click a link with an email in it, it says my mail app isn't installed. That's not helpful, Mr. Apple. It is installed. It's just not the one you want me to use. It's the one I want to use on my phone that I bought, that I own. VPN included for free with Google. VPN that you have to pay for to get with iCloud on an Apple. And I think that's the story here along the way, is some of the enhanced features in the Apple ecosystem come with an advanced enhanced price. Both have 6.7-inch screens, slightly higher brightness on peak brightness with the Apple versus the Pixel. But in practical terms, not too much of a difference. Here's the two phones at full brightness. You can kind of see they're both too bright for the camera right now to pick it up. So as you look at the two phones here, 120 Hz screens on both. Trying to show you the scrolling here just so you can kind of see it. I mean, they're both super smooth screens. Both of them have very, very high-end camera systems, 48 megapixel, 50 megapixel. I mean, it's a ton of pixels, and then they all do this clever AI wizardry. Google's wizardry is by far smarter, it would appear, in the way that they're handling things. It's not just a little bit of pixel binning. They're using wide-angle lens, telephoto lens, blending shots together to try and make it sharper, brighter, and all that kind of fun stuff. Apple's definitely doing some magic too, but you have got the ultra wides, you've got macro modes, the standard mode, and then the telephoto mode. On both of these, telephoto is larger on the Pixel at 5 times optical, up to 30 times with their special source. Here's some shots just so you can see those as well. Either way, you're gonna get some good pictures. I just think the Pixel pictures are better. I thought it with the 6, and it seems like they've just taken another incremental step to get even better now with the 7. Cinematic mode is different now on both devices. Pixel's first generation cinematic mode is 1080p. Apple had 1080p last year. Now they've gone to 4K cinematic mode this year. How often do you actually use that? I don't know, only you do. Is it a material difference to go from 1080p to 4K? Again, that's down to you and your usage. Speaking to the Assistant, Google Assistant is sharper than Siri. I can get to my text and send a text with my voice faster using Pixel than I can with iPhone. And I've tried them all, or almost all of them. I had a Pixel 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, now a 7. I had the 5A, I had the 6A. I've had iPhones 14, 13, 12, 11. Don't think I had a 10, interestingly enough. No, I don't think I did. So I've been around the iPhones a lot. There are so many ways that it's superior. I'm kind of almost struggling to think why I'm making a video, because it's not really a fair comparison anymore.